Single Simulcast is about a lot of things. This podcast may make you laugh, cry, or pound your fists into your desk. If you hear something you like or something you don't, leave a voicemail at 916-572-9016 or email us at singlesimulcast@gmail.com.
1. Single Simulcast.
Single Simulcast, episode 320. Shantae's here. I like how you approved of that. Like I got it right on the first try, Shantae. I heard that. I heard it's you like, that's right. You got it this time.
No, it's 321.
What? Don't play.
I'm looking at it right now on Twitter, like the retweet, and it, the last episode was 320, the other side of sunshine. So it's 321.
God damn it.
Yeah, I was saying,
I thought you were approving me. I was like, yes.
No.
All right, cool. In that case, shit. Single Simulcast episode 321. Apparently, Shantae's in the building. I'm Rashani. And today we are joined by one of the old school homies. It's just always nice to get an opportunity to talk with him and just rap with him for a second. We got Ray from the Jazzy Pup. Ray, how you doing, man?
Doing pretty good.
Boy, y'all eating and Shantae, I'm sure that you're either already eating or have eaten or are preparing to eat. And me, I got a 1.75 liter bottle of golden margarita that's ready to drink. So,
oh shit.
You know what happened? Let me be honest with you, because I as the show goes further and further in, I may not be able to be. I was supposed to be drinking eggnog by now.
Oh,
Wait.
right.
Eggnog already?
Yes.
Where are they selling eggnog already? I need some.
In good stores. That's where they're selling it at. In places that Trump hasn't touched yet. Good stores have eggnog right now. And I went to my mom's house expecting to have some eggnog last night. And she was like, I don't have eggnog, but I have eggnog ice cream. And the eggnog ice cream really just tasted like vanilla. So I was a little bit peeved. I was a little bit miffed. And, I almost told her something about herself because you don't fuck with me on the first day of eggnog season. You don't stand in front of a junkie and be like, I got your drugs for you. And then it turns out that it's really just baby powder. You'll get cussed out. So I didn't cuss her out, but I told her that, thank you. And I sat down and ate because she's buying me like what? You're supposed to get mad at somebody who's buying you stuff? Kids, when you get mad at somebody who buys you something with that, you know what that means? You're not getting it again. So I want it again. So, I ate my vanilla ice cream in the corner, like a good kid, not sullen or anything. And then I came home today and I was like, I'm going to buy some eggnog, and I forgot to buy some eggnog, but my wife did not forget to buy a golden margarita ready to drink. And she brought it into the room, like the whole bottle, like she was just like, it was like being at a bar, I imagine, because I've never been able to afford one of these, but the bottles that are so expensive that they put the sparklers inside of it. First of all, I just want to put this out there real quick. I don't know, but having sparklers, which are like fire hazards on top of alcohol, probably just doesn't seem like the bestest idea, but I can't afford it. So it's probably not real alcohol. It's probably just like champipple. But my wife brought me in a golden margarita bottle, and I'm actually clutching it with both hands like it's the key to life. And was like, do you want me to get you a cup? And I was like, nah, Nick. Nah, I was like, no, thank you. I was like, I'm just going to sit back with this. And she was like, so you want me to chill it for you? And I was like, nope, it's going to chill more than enough by the end of this show. So I am hoping this is 1.5 liters of Kirkland golden margarita with tequila already in it. I know this ain't our show. If you want to know more about alcohol, listen to Bad and Boozy. But I just want to let you know that this has, gold tequila and premium triple sec in it. and I'm about to fuck it the fuck up. So hi, my name right now.
Oh shit, nigga, we drinking?
Oh shit, it's Scar, and yes, a nigga, we are drinking.
Bruh, I need to go make me a cinnamon roll right now.
The fuck is a cinnamon roll? You can't leave till you explain this shit, nigga.
It's Fireball in cream soda.
That sounds amazing.
That sounds good. I would have sex with that and then try and explain my way out of it. The first sip is already taken.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Looper.
It's funny because I mentioned a little bit of drink right when you went away for a minute. I was literally just talking about how I was sipping on some peach wine that we had.
Woo!
that I probably shouldn't have been drinking before I ate.
Wait. So yesterday my mom was drinking this blackberry Moscato.
I think I've seen that at the store.
Right, she bought it at the store. I don't drink wine or Moscato. I know that they're the same thing, but yet because one's called wine and the other one's called Moscato, I treat them differently. Thanks, Drake. But I've never heard of peach wine, and I kind of want to try that out. Does it taste like peaches? Like, I'm looking for a wine that doesn't taste like wine. I want a wine that tastes like anything but alcohol.
Yeah, it does. It tastes like peaches.
See, now I will pour that into a cream soda and have peaches and cream. If you know, then you know what I mean. I don't know the words. I like it when it's real ice cream, and then it makes me want to scream. That's my dream. Peaches and cream. I really don't know the words. I should stop singing.
Are you that person that never knows the words to all the words to any song?
You know what? I came to the conclusion yesterday that there is a song that no one knows the words to. And now I can't even remember how the song goes because I'm so just trying to think about it. But there was a song that, it's out of my mind now. But once I remember it, like halfway through the show, I'm just going to start singing it out of nowhere. Don't be scared, y'all. It's going to happen at like 48 minutes into the show. But, excuse me.
Whoa. What were we talking about? Songs that we don't know the words to?
Yes, but you love to sing them.
How does it feel? D'Angelo.
Any of D'Angelo's songs off that last album.
I just realized I don't know any of the words to How Does It Feel.
It sounds like this. Give me J. Give me A.
But that's why. Like, I think it's completely different when somebody is singing a song clearly and you just haven't bothered learning the words versus a motherfucker mumbling throughout. It's just like nobody knows the words of that song. It's okay.
Yeah, that way he can never mess him up.
I don't know the words to Maxwell's Pretty Wings other than the chorus.
I don't know the words to Broken Wings. Take these broken wings. All I know is, baby, don't understand.
Something
else too.
Something about hands.
So I can fly.
But when that chorus comes, we all know that shit.
Yes.
Till the end of time.
You sing the Tupac version. Take these broken
I was addicted to the dark side.
Oh man, there's like 5 or 6 songs when you hear them in the car, you will mumble your ass off until you get to the chorus, and that's one of them. And the other one, I'll remember it at some point. But until Trevor, what's the dude's name from The Daily Show? Trevor Noah. Until Trevor Noah actually mentioned it, I didn't realize I didn't know any of the words from Don't Stop Till You Get Enough.
You know what? I had that same revelation. I for a little while I did custom rock band songs. And first of all, singing Michael Jackson songs is really difficult. Like super fucking difficult. But then I downloaded some songs from Off the Wall. And I realized I ain't know a word. Except for Rock With You, I knew most of it. But the rest of it, I ain't know nothing.
Who knows?
Go ahead. No, I was just reading.
Who knows any of the words to You Dropped a Bomb on Me? That's one I don't know any of the words.
Gave you my money. Gave you my time. You dropped the bomb on me.
That's all I know.
So
Turn me
serious.
on.
Love so curious. You dropped the bomb on me. And then it gets to that point where it's like, dim and
Yep.
and then you get to the chorus, you know the words.
You know, it's one of those things like, I work for a moving company, and, they usually, like, the guys, somebody on the crew normally has like a Bluetooth speaker. And, when we was outside on the smoke break and the guys got back from a job, and one of them was kind of singing, Let It Whip. And like he was singing, and then I started singing with him, but we were just singing the chorus.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't think of any of the words until the guy with the Bluetooth speaker walked around the corner with the song playing, and I go, oh yeah, that's what it was. Like outside of actually hearing the song, I had no idea what the words were.
See, that's the same thing. I just remembered the song I was talking about. It wasn't even 49 minutes in, people. You're lucky. Through the Fire by Shaka Khan.
Yes.
All
Right
I know is the
down
chorus,
to
and I
the
don't even really know the
fire.
chorus. The chorus goes, all I remember is that there's something that has a rhyme with all. So my chorus always goes, through the fire, from the window to the wall.
No.
For the
Please
chance
stop.
to be with you. And then I know she says, I'll gladly lose it all, but I always say risk it all. And I can't help it. That's the only part of the song I know.
I say risk it all too. That's not the
Yeah.
words.
No, it's lose it all, isn't it? Wait, Scar?
I thought it was risk.
Is it
I thought
risk?
it was lose.
I see.
I thought it was lose.
There you go.
Through the fire, someone is holding my balls. For the chance to be with you, I gladly risk it. It's lose it all. It has to be.
No, she changes it up because I remember there's also a part where she says, I throw it all away, right down to this. So she switches it up. I think she does say lose and throw it all away and risk it all.
That's messed up.
She says risk. It's risk.
Okay.
Oh.
So she doesn't say all of them?
I'm reading. I'm reading it, and it's risk.
Okay.
So,
Damn. What was I hearing?
Same thing I was hearing. Skeet, 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 skeet. Through the fire, to the window, to the wall. For the chance to be with you, sweat upon my balls.
Little Shaka John.
No.
Little Shaka John.
Yeah!
Please.
That's the show title.
Shut up, Scar. So I think we should start off with Awe, which is Adventures in Working with White Women, which isn't always about working with white women. Sometimes it's just dealing with white women, and this one is a little tough. So there was a white woman in Brooklyn who called the police on a young black child and his mother after the white woman accused the boy of sexually assaulting her by grabbing her butt in a Flatbush corner store. The 53-year-old woman can also be seen in the video yelling at another white woman who tried to intervene. She has been dubbed Corner Store Carolyn by the man who recorded the incident. Surveillance video obtained by WPix TV shows that the boy did not grope the woman, but accidentally brushed against her as he left the store. Hold on one second. Corner Store Carolyn. Which, I love black folks and their ingenuity. It don't take much for us to just ruin somebody's name. Forever. Now you can't be Becky or Carolyn or that's really it.
Susan always wants to talk to the manager.
And she wears her hair in bangs that don't really go nowhere.
Yeah.
Hold on one second. Let me see if I can get to this video real quick.
While you're looking for that, did you hear about the other story about the lady who,
Too late, found it.
damn it.
No, I want the cops here right now. No, I'll talk to you. I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna stay right here.
Oh, man.
The cops are right down the block. I can go inside.
What happened?
White lady calls the cops on a black lady. I get it. Yeah, they're videotaping. Mentally ill. Yeah.
Mentally ill.
I don't care. Listen, you remember me, right? From school, right?
Yeah,
That's right. The son grabbed my ass.
Did she just outcast?
I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay right here.
Security
Let
camera.
me go. Don't say
Son
no
got
way.
that?
Go home.
Let's make it go
Go
viral.
home. No. Let me go.
No, not her.
No.
Come on. She's calling police on a black
Go
woman because of
home.
her
She needs to go home. Don't deal with this. This
My
one's
phone
stupid.
number is 646-484-8620.
You
Yeah.
know these cops.
Don't
They're
stand,
stupid.
bro. Like, there we go.
There are officers down the block. They want
Corner store Carolyn. Well, that's what that is. Don't cry, little man. Don't cry, little man. Because she's calling the cop. That's Corner store Carolyn. You got a new one. Corner store Carolyn.
I just want to stop and applaud the mom for asking what I was asking. Because she suffers from a severe case of Noacetol. And the mom was like, who would want to grab your flat ass? So.
Yeah, and I love the fact that she actually says her phone number on the thing, so you can actually call this lady.
Which is another song that I don't know the words to, just a telephone number. 867-530-99. I don't know the rest of the words, but that's because I'm conditioned not to.
Look at that. 777-9311.
Nobody
Okay.
wants to touch your flat ass.
Somebody, she called the police.
sexually assaulted
Go
by a child.
home. Go home.
Make her go viral.
She's nasty.
Make her go viral.
Pedophile. You're a pedophile.
Make her go
You're a
viral.
pedophile. You're a pedophile.
Calling police.
This is a
Because a little
pedophile.
kid bust her
You're a
ass.
pedophile. Go home. Let me
Pedophile.
go home. You're a pedophile. You pedophile. Oh, he said that little boy touched her ass. She's nasty.
No, just flash your pads and threaten to arrest me. Are you serious? So I will be going down to the
Are
Are you seriously exactly what she was
Thank you. Because a little kid brushed up against her and touched her on her butt. She's calling police.
Have you ever seen go to my apartment, 280 East 21st Street, apartment 4J, and
At the point where the video stops, she's getting checked by a white woman.
Why did it stop there? I mean, she just gave all of her information out. There's nothing to protect at that point, right?
Nope. But the white woman refused to be swayed, taunting the cameras pointed to her. Now, why don't you upload that to World Star? The other white woman continued to stand up to the woman calling the cops, but the crowd discouraged her, telling her that the other woman isn't worth it. I was just sexually assaulted by a child, she repeated later. The son grabbed my ass, and his mom decided to yell at me.
Like, how do people do that? Like, the mom yelled at me. Like, you're a fucking adult. Like, why are you worried about somebody yelling at you?
I'm more worried about my kids, so you can get the Bozak, you're going to get screamed at.
Know what I mean? And yo, the dude recording, I mean, he sounds like Tracy Morgan. Like, am I the only one that heard that? Am I the only person that heard Tracy Morgan? Apparently so.
So, 53-year-old woman was also seen yelling at another white woman who tried to intervene. The surveillance video showed in the store that the boy did not grope the woman, but accidentally brushed against her as he left the store. I just want to point out that this is quite literally the lowest of the low of working with white women that we dealt with this year. To call the cops on a kid who was literally terrified, screaming to his mom, "I don't want to go to jail."
Oh no, it's not the worst. It's not the worst. I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you what the worst is. I'm gonna tell you what the worst is. I saw an article where this lady called the cops on a brother who, just because he had two young white boys in a car with him.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, and it like went through like all of this crazy stuff, and it just turns out that this dude ran a program, like a Big Brothers type program, and that's the reason why those kids were with him. And like those kids have no idea what's happening. Like, they're little white boys. Like, they have no idea what's happening. And like, someone just saw that. It's kind of the same thing with the young brother that was in the car with his grandma. And they pulled him out the car and cuffed him because he was in the car with his grandma, and somebody saw it and called the folks. Like, what the fuck kind of shit is this? Like, you see white people and black people together, and like, you call the cops for that? Like, this lady may have thought she got groped. Like, okay, cool. There's an extreme that she went to, but you know what? If she got groped, then you know what? Let's hash this out. Like, she went too far with it. Cool. But like, just calling the police because you see black people and white people together, that's low.
So,
snacks? That sounds like somebody trying to open some snacks.
Yeah. So that's our adventures in working with white women today. But in another hero white person article, a Southern California school district has suspended a teacher who recounted how a senior aide to President Donald Trump ate glue as a third grader.
Bruh.
Suspended though?
Yep.
Nikki Fisk told The Hollywood Reporter that when Stephen Miller was a student in her classroom, he was a loner with a messy desk who played with glue. She called Miller, quote, a strange dude, because that's how we talk in Cali. The Los Angeles Times reported on Thursday that the Santa Monica Malibu Unified School District, that's like literally the whitest, richest school district name I've ever heard in my entire life. The Santa Monica Malibu Union School District placed Fisk on home assignment while it decides what to do, if anything, about the disclosures. The district said it's concerned about the public release of student information. I did not know that calling somebody a glue eater was student information, but the 72-year-old Fisk, because she's 72, y'all, could not be reached for comment.
Wow. So they got an old lady out of here.
She had to go to bed, so she went to bed. She had to go to work, so she went to bed at 4:00.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they got this old lady out of here for talking about like what's this? He's like 30-something years old.
Mm-hmm.
She broke student-teacher confidentiality. It's a thing.
Like, even as an adult though, like not like I would think that if you're a student, yes, but then like you're not a student anymore.
I was just trolling anyway. Ain't no such thing as no damn student-teacher confidentiality.
They
should be able to say whatever they want to say.
Hey, your kid wet the bed in my class every day, except the bed was a chair. And the classroom was literally wherever he wanted to go pee at. Fire me, niggas. Oh, you can't, because I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a psychiatrist. Therefore, there's no confidentiality. I talk about your kids on Facebook. I talk about your kids at the store. I talk about your kids at the church. I talk about your kids on the court. Oh yeah, you're a bedwetter like Johnny. I talk about your kids while I'm talking about other kids. I talk about your kids to my significant other. How about it? What you gonna do? Oh yeah, Bobby, he runs his finger up his butt and then he sniffs it. Pass the potatoes. Like, seriously, you can't get mad at somebody for disclosing information like that about your kid. If you don't want them to disclose that information, be a better... And you know what else is fucked up? The fact that Stephen Miller probably got mad about this when he knows he did it.
But it's something damaging. Who cares? Kids play with glue. Some kids eat glue. No one cares. Like, really?
Only time we care is if you sniffing the shit, and then we gotta talk. Don't be sniffing glue, kids. It's not official. Trust me. And don't huff either.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, the cool kids call it huffing.
Yeah, Huffington Post. I know how y'all got your name. I ain't gonna judge y'all too much, but I know. It appears as though Bill Cosby is continuing to take L's even while incarcerated, as it's being reported that his wife of more than 50 years, Camille, tried to cash a check for a substantial amount of money from his secret account. According to Radar,
not secret no more.
it ain't no secret. He thought it was secret because he's old. According to Radar Online, Cosby's long-suffering wife's first attempt at checking out a whopping $100,000 seemingly went through. However, when she tried withdrawing another for what they described as a, quote, crazy amount, she ran into an issue as the bank wanted the Fallen Comics approval before releasing the funds. The site further reports that upon learning of the situation, Cosby ordered his bank to lock down his account. Quote, the bank went through his assistants who patched Mr. Cosby in with them, an insider revealed. He told the bank to freeze the primary account like a pudding pop.
Wow.
They didn't say that. I just, that nigga's in jail. What's he gonna do to me? He's gonna die in there. Fuck Bill Cosby. Like, seriously, that nigga's gonna die. On a pudding.
You're gonna get slapped with another chicken
patty.
Yeah, why they keep throwing food at dude?
Because he can't dodge, because he's old. I gotta keep drinking. As for Mrs. Cosby's intentions for the large sum of cash, the source explained she said she was taking it because she needed it to support family and staff. His royalties from the Cosby Show go to a separate account. The insider noted that while the couple has a shared account with millions, Cosby is the primary signer of the second account, which consists of, just under $120 million.
Oh, not much.
Not, spending money. Just around the block cash. I let her the fuck in. I'd be like, give me $50,000 and I'll give you all the information you need. I ain't calling nobody. Just slide me a little something under the table.
That was the money that he had set aside to buy NBC. Don't you remember?
Nigga, I need y'all to get off the NBC thing. He was clearly trying to buy CNBC, colored NBC. See, y'all keep getting this wrong and it turned into this whole thing. He wasn't trying to buy NBC, CNBC. He was trying to turn it into Cosby NBC for colored people. Except for us, because we don't pull our pants up. So, Melania, thank you.
Rebecca?
Melania, skinny face.
Melanin deficient.
Melanin deficient. Millennium Falcon. See, I forgot again. Can you say that again, Shante?
Melania.
That just sounds like a perfume name. I wear Melania.
Yeah, no, it sounds like it's like a syllable all from being like a perfume that kind of smells like melons.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
y'all really shouldn't do this. She's the most bullied person in the world.
She said that. She believes it. And in an interview with ABC News, the First Lady also said there are people who work for her husband who she personally doesn't trust. Get the fuck out of here.
Really? You can't trust none of these motherfuckers. Like,
oh my God.
Oh
my God.
Is that the reason why we spent millions keeping you in fucking New York while they were in the White House? Is that why we did this? Because you can't trust them?
I need pearls to clutch. I can't take this kind of just breaking news that there's people in there that she can't trust. Sean Spicer? Really? Bannon? For real? Nikki? Huh? What? The glue eater? Ben Carson? Kanye West? Like, what? Who would have thunk it? You can't trust a bunch of white people in a room. Betsy DeVos? You can't trust a bunch of white people in a room who are all trying to step on each other's back to get further up the ladder? What? Mike Pence? He doesn't even like you. He doesn't like any women other than Mother. What? Get out of here.
Definitely don't like your husband. You can't wait till he gets kicked out of there.
You're talking craziness, Malala. You gotta say it again, Shantae. I'll be forgetting. Millennial.
Malaquisha.
Malnourished. And you know what? The thing is, she probably is bullied. I ain't even gonna front.
No, this is all just a bunch of baloney.
Nigga. Real talk. Trump is probably doing some fuckboy shit with her too. Real talk. Anybody who's that much of a dick in public has to be a super asshole in private.
I'm going to say this, though, just being completely honest about what I've seen when it comes to conversation of her. I actually think that they've been extremely nice to Melania, honestly, especially considering who her husband is. They've been extremely nice to her.
And considering how go for it, Shantae.
Well, for one, everyone keeps excusing the fact that she's with him. Like, they keep acting like she is, they keep portraying her as someone who is, basically is being forced to do everything that she's having to do. Mm-hmm. It's instead of being someone who is actively participating in something that she wants to do, which is basically how people treat white women overall, ignoring their actual complicitness and their active participation in white supremacy and all the other fucked up things that they participate in. People pretend that they don't know what they're doing and they're docile and they're demure and they're not sinister and vile. And, here we are, poor Melania.
I am a fan of the word sinister and vile. I'm all for those words. Matter of fact, I have nothing else. Just that's her.
I like the word complicit. That's what I was thinking. And then when you said it, I was like, yep. I pointed at the camera, but then I realized that my camera's not on.
How's that cinnamon roll treating you?
I'm doing all right.
I'm just saying, for all of the shit that Michelle Obama went through, millennial has been been shielded because she's a white woman. And I think that there's so many things that in this day and age you could point at as white privilege, but there's nothing more than what she's doing in the White House.
What she thinks is bullying is a lot of times they talk about what she's wearing and other things like that, but that has happened to literally every single president in my lifetime. Mm-hmm. First lady in my lifetime.
And it happened to the president just a couple terms ago.
Yeah. Bro, they went in on him because he wore a tan suit one day.
Yep.
A tan suit.
Yep.
Out of everything you could be mad about, a tan damn suit.
And they was like, that nigga puts mustard on his hot dog and no ketchup. Who does that? Impeach this coon.
It's the other way around. Most people think you shouldn't put ketchup on a hot dog.
No, they
true. No, it's true. Depending on where you go, the people do seem to be affronted by ketchup on a hot dog versus mustard on a hot dog. I like both. So, if you got a problem with it, you can,
fight me, at me or dap me.
Basically.
See me in the streets, nigga. I will fight you because just like all y'all console war niggas, I have both. I have the option. Look, you're telling me you can't spend an extra $1.49 to buy a big ass bottle of ketchup and just experiment? Just see how it tastes. How does it feel? Yum yum. That's all the words I know. I'm about half a liter in. ABC News. I'm sweating like a motherfucker. ABC News interview. ABC News interview Melania. I said that right?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Interview Melania during her trip.
Nigga, did you just say go ahead?
Yeah, he said goat head.
Goat head.
Yes.
Because one of my cousins, their hair was hella nappy, so we used to call them goat head. Goat head. Goat. And we wouldn't get in trouble because everybody thought we were saying go ahead. But no, it was goat head. Goat head. ABC News interviewed Melania during interviewed Melania during her trip to Africa, where she traveled to promote her Be Best campaign, which she stole from Michelle Obama, which intends to raise awareness about online bullying. She said the campaign was inspired by her own experience of being bullied, adding, I could say that I'm the most bullied person in the world. You know, fuck the LGBTQIA people. Fuck kids who are currently being fucked over on social media by their peers. Fuck the homeless. Fuck people of color. I'm in the White House with an orange dude.
Even before she was in the White House, the privilege that you not only already had, but the privilege that you married into. It's like, dude, like literally, like it doesn't matter anything that any of these people say about you because they can't touch you. It's like, really?
When she got pressed on the assertion because niggas didn't believe her, she went on to say, I'm at least one of them. I'm at least in the top 5.
Yeah, that's the childishness. Like whiteness is very sinister, and at the same time, it's childish. Like that's the childishness of whiteness.
It's the Sarah Palin thing. Like they ask her questions, she give a bullshit answer, and when they ask her anything further, like she had no idea how to answer it. Like the whole thing about the magazines and stuff. Mm-hmm. Like they asked her, like, because you're in Alaska, like, what do you read in order to keep up with what's going on with the rest of the country? And she was like, yeah, okay, what do you read? All she had to do was name a fucking newspaper, USA Today at least, like one of those. And she just kind of went,
said all of them.
All of them. Like, what do you mean? Like, you can't name a source that you actually read?
ALLDEM is a magazine focused on aerial sports and mosques.
I'm pretty sure she ain't read nothing that got to do with a mosque.
Oh, I'm sorry. MASQUE. Facial mosques. Nigga.
Oh my God. Like sheep mosques.
Like, that's how they say it in France, nigga.
Clay mosques.
Right? So,
whatever.
I'm just rubbing my face. I'm rubbing my hand in front of my face like face off, nigga. So all them is about aerial sports and clay mosques, nigga. And they have a new perfume that they had the advertisement in the like it was on the 5th page, and it was called After Beth. After Beth. So
I hate it.
Pressed on the assertion, she went on to say, I'm at least one of them. If you really see what people are saying about me. Like, niggas ain't going in on people on Twitter like every day. The first lady went,
Oh, I was just gonna say, like, it would be different if she would just say she feels bullied. You know? Like, just as a public person. Like, that's valid. Even if I don't like her ass or whatever. It's valid to feel bullied. You know, that if you can't use Twitter, you can't turn on television without somebody saying something that you feel is out the way about you. That's fine. It's the exaggeration. That's the problem. It's like, oh, it's me. Oh, well, I'm top 5. I'm one of them. Like, bitch, shut up.
Bitch, get off that blow. Break.
That's when you can see how her and her husband are liking that, though, because he does the same shit. If there's anything to happen, he has to be the most or the best. Or he has to be, she's the same way with that. Oh, I have to be the most bullied person. I have to be. I am.
Right, which speaks to why she's there, you know, with him. Like, they're compatible. You know, they fuck with each other.
Strangers by night.
So there's no reason to pretend that she's someplace she doesn't want to be.
She's in the midst of where she wants to be. When this all said and done, she's going to leave him and start a modeling career that nobody wants her to have.
Sure.
I mean, seriously.
She already did that.
I don't think she's leaving anything.
I don't think she is either, honestly. I just don't see I don't think she sees the appeal in her walking out of this marriage. I think she hates it, but at the same time, the power she gets from it is more than enough for her to just not want to fucking leave.
I think she really want. I think she kind of wanted out, and that's the whole thing about her not wanting to be at the White House. But like then this nigga go get her parents after all of this stuff about immigrants and shit. Like he makes a way for her parents to come, and now she's stuck. She can't leave now because he'd be like, all right, your parents getting the fuck out of here. So do as you do. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think she's stuck now.
She went on to say that there are people on her husband's team who he can't trust and told ABC, quote, "You always need to watch your back."
Yeah, because everybody around him knows that they have to record everything as a backup plan.
I mean, fucking Omarosa showed them the way. Nigga, tape everything moving.
The lawyer taped everything. Like, everybody is taping stuff. And the worst part about it is, like, he is the one that's oblivious that he is being recorded.
Exactly.
Like, how can you not know when you're being recorded by everyone in the room?
Sometimes because I want to say there was one that I heard where the person mentioned that they were recording it. So he knew that they were recording it. He still said some dumb shit.
I mean, he just kind of...
You got the camera on me? You got the camera on me? Fuck the Irish. Put that on. Hey, you got the camera on me? You got the camera on me? So I grabbed her by the pussy. Did you get the camera on me? On me. Like, Donald Trump.
I can incriminate myself because, I mean, my supporters are still going to believe I didn't say it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
His entire career, his entire presidential campaign, his entire presidential time, I guess, in office, has been Project X.
He already said point blank that he could kill a nigga and no one would care.
I can shoot you in the face right now and when nobody say shit.
Didn't he say, I could kill somebody on Fifth Avenue and no one would care. They would still vote for me.
He was very right. Mm-hmm. He was right.
Oh, boy. So, we always talk about wild parties and brawls and shit at Chuck E. Cheese because that shit, it's funny. But there was a wild brawl that took off this season. The new place to fight is apparently Applebee's.
Mm-hmm.
A gender reveal party reportedly ended with a wild brawl outside of an Ohio Applebee's, say no more, Ohio, when customers and staff argued over who was responsible for cleaning up the confetti. I just want to stop right there. If you put confetti on the carpets in Applebee's, you're a fucking asshole. Because that carpet is not even real carpet. It is literally sticky tape. And confetti's not coming out of regular carpet. So to put it on that fucking, I don't even know what to call that shit. It's just like flat. It's been beaten down into submission. It's just, there's pock marks in the floor at Applebee's where ketchup deposits have been spilled, and now it just grabs everything that it can. And when you put flat ass paper down there, do you know? Wait, hold on. Do you know what they have to use to vacuum at an Applebee's? They don't give them a real vacuum cleaner. They give them old ass roller brushes. I used to work at Applebee's. We didn't get a vacuum cleaner. We wished we had a vacuum cleaner. You had that roller brush, the thing that you just had to, you just pushed it back and forth and it would just spin the brush and you hoped it swept everything up. And it was, you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you are a millennial because every restaurant had it. And if you went into a restaurant late enough at night, two things are going to happen. First of all, they were going to hate your guts because they had to open back up the kitchen because really they shut down the kitchen at like 8 o'clock knowing they closed at like 10:30. Secondly, you're going to see somebody rolling silverware and pushing that brown thing with the wheels. You know what I'm talking about. And it never picked anything up. It didn't pick up fucking food. It didn't pick up a steak. It didn't pick up anything. So how in the fuck do you expect it to pick up confetti? You stupid motherfuckers. Sorry.
Speaking of picking things up, Netflix is not picking up Iron Fist anymore. It's canceled.
Good.
No.
I'm okay with that.
Some people are speculating that by Netflix not picking it up, this is leaving it open for the whole Disney streaming thing. So it's not necessarily gone, but it's at least gone off Netflix.
It's not necessarily gone. It just feels gone-ish.
Right.
You liked it. You liked it, didn't you? You liked Iron Fist.
I liked the second season. The second season was really good compared to the first.
I heard the second season. I have not watched it, but I heard the second season was better. But back to this confetti thing. The confetti was outside.
Wait,
like it wasn't even in the restaurant. Like they wanted to do it in the restaurant, but then the manager was like, "Y'all gotta go outside." And then they popped the confetti outside.
Okay.
And it got on the cars, and I guess it got on the ground. And so the manager was like, "You need to clean this up." And I guess it popped off.
The manager had notified the group of about 20 to pop the confetti. So he told the niggas to go outside so that other customers would not be pelted by the decorative paper, the network said. But when the blue confetti was blasted all over the restaurant sidewalks and cars, the manager asked the group to... Yes, it's... they think. Because a lot of people have found that when the doctor says one thing, another gender comes out. So doctors can be wrong all the fucking time. Just a thought.
I was lost by the fact that people ate at Applebee's.
Wait, I just went to Applebee's.
Can I get the fajita lime chicken?
I went to Applebee's Sunday.
I'm sorry.
I don't know anybody that eats at Applebee's.
And on the other hand, I'll go to Applebee's someday. Like when there's nothing else to eat, but not anytime soon. When the blue confetti was blasted all over the restaurant sidewalk and cars, the manager asked the group to clean up the litter. And that's when partygoers started yelling and throwing menus at employees, the manager told the network. Why did you let them take the menus outside? I'm not victim blaming. I'm just asking questions. These are the questions that need to be asked. What did they get the order yet?
They came back in. That's what it is. They come back in after they did the whole, shooting the confetti. The manager sees the confetti flying around. They're inside. The manager is saying, "Hey, y'all need to go back out there and clean everything up." And then they start throwing menus because back in the restaurant.
Some of the party members began screaming, "I'm going to beat your ass," and telling the hostess they were going to fuck you up, the hostess claimed. First of all, the hostess is like, always at Applebee's, the hostess is like 16. So all these grown-ass adults at a gender reveal, like, "I'm going to fuck you to fuck up," and she's like, "Would you like a Shirley Temple? Would that?"
Y'all, this family is black.
Like, what part of this did you not understand by now? Like, of course they're black.
No, but there was a part of me that
they did a gender reveal at Applebee's.
There was a part of me that thought they weren't black. I looked around to try to see if there was a mugshot and everything. Because that was the whole joke in
White people have yards.
That was the whole joke in Talladega Nights, that they wild out in Applebee's.
She has all of the points right there. They also allegedly failed to pay a bill of $31.81. Fuck that shit. We're leaving this bill. You pay it. It was unclear whether the group of 20...
That's 1.5 of the 2 for 20s. You know what I'm saying?
It was unclear whether the group of 20 paid any other bills at the restaurant that night. The restaurant released a statement that said it was an unfortunate incident. When asked for names of who were at the party, one partygoer said, "Flesh is in the house, Busy's in the house, and Wish."
No.
And Tasha.
Cleveland's definitely in the house.
Whenever it's a Cleveland story, I have to fit that in there. I apologize for nothing. And Flash and
No.
Tasha. Okay.
Oh my
God. So, a South Carolina man shot his cousin after the victim ignored the gunman's warning not to eat his fucking potato chips, police allege.
You know what? I heard about this at work.
And you understand.
Proceed.
Go ahead, say it.
Go
ahead, finish the sentence.
Nigga.
For them Pringles, the salt and vinegars, come on, bruh.
No, okay. First of all, I'm above salt and vinegar. Like, let's be honest.
You're above it.
Yes, it's all about the ranch. When it comes to Pringles, it's all about the ranch. Like, fuck out of here with that salt and vinegar nonsense. But second of all, like, nigga, don't eat my chips. Like, what part of don't eat my motherfucking chips do you not understand right now? Like, I'm a fat nigga, so like, I'm real about my motherfucking chips. Like, yo, if my girl will go, we'll go to the store, we'll get stuff, and like, we'll come home and she'll be like, "Can I have some of your chips?" And I'm like, "Why do you want to eat my chips?" I mean, I'm not gonna shoot her, but like.
But you thought about it.
I would be really peeved.
Yeah, like, I mean, I'm not gonna shoot her or nothing like this dude did, but like, I'm like, yo, we was just at the store, and then she goes, "Well, you know they ain't have my chips," and you know what, you right, you can have some chips, girl. But like, I ain't gonna shoot nobody over no chips, but I'm gonna be real fucking mad. And if I'm in the position to shoot a nigga, like, I might shoot a nigga over some chips. I ain't gonna shoot my girl. Let's clarify. I'm not gonna shoot my girl.
I just want to point out real quick, this is how Virgos think. I literally just sat through a conference call with 2 Virgos, and it sounded exactly like this. Please continue.
Look, I'm the type of person that, like, if we go to the store, right? I will buy you your own so I don't have to share mine.
Oh, yeah.
I would just buy you one. Like, straight up. Like, if you want some chips, you can have some chips.
You can have some chips, girl.
You can have some chips. But like, when we get back to the crib and I offered to buy you chips and you ain't want no chips at the time, hell yeah, I'm gonna be mad. I'm a fat nigga that's expecting to eat all my chips, and I'm gonna eat all of them.
AWL, niggas. That's how that's spelled.
No, it's ALLUUM. All of them. I want to eat all of
them. Even the crunchy, like, slightly burnt one at the bottom?
Even the ones you got to tilt back into your mouth because it's just crumblies. Hey, but real talk, I feel you, Scar, because back in the days, I would fight a nigga over the crumblies at the bottom of the box at Long John Silver's. Like,
you know what I'm saying? Bitch, I will fight a nigga too. Like,
oh my God.
There were certain things that you would kill for. I feel him. Because
I will too for the crumbs at the bottom of my cereal box.
See?
Putting on my favorite cereal. I gotta have that. It has to be in my milk.
Nigga, don't let us get
crumbs at the bottom of the cereal box is like motherfucking sprinkles. Nigga, you know what I mean? Like, don't skip on my sprinkles. Nigga, I'm fat.
Over the bottom of the box of Frosted Flakes, nigga. Like, what the fuck are you doing with my box?
I mean, that's where all the sugar is. You know what I'm saying? That's that's the sweet spot.
Oh, the Captain Crunch crumbs.
No, I didn't like cutting my mouth up.
No, the crunch. No, it got to be Crunch Berries, not just straight up Captain Crunch. You got to specify. You got to specify.
Eats them oops all berry things, and I'm not allowed to touch the box. But she also goes out and buys some fuck boy shit like honey bunches of oats, knowing that don't nobody else like it, which is okay because I learned it from her. I learned it from watching you. I will find out what the kid's favorite cake is and make sure to buy the exact opposite.
I'm saying that's what you do. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, my daughter told me during the summer, she told me I don't really like donut sticks. And I'm like, first of all, how you don't like donut sticks? Who doesn't like donut sticks? But second of all, I made sure every time we went to the store, I bought some donut sticks because I knew my donut sticks were still going to be there.
Hey, Scar, you like fish sticks?
No.
You like fish sticks in your mouth?
Mm.
No.
So, a South Carolina man shot his cousin after the victim ignored the gunman's order not to eat his potato chips, police allege. Ryan Langdale, and the first time I read this, I immediately thought of Ozark, and then I realized it was Langdale and not Langhorne, but it's still funny. Was charged today with attempted murder, weapons possession, and obstruction of justice in connection with the September 29th shooting of his 17-year-old relative at a rural property about 60 miles from Charleston.
Yo, that's my grandma's birthday. You killed a nigga over some chips on my grandma's birthday,
He
dog.
tried. He didn't. It was attempted murder. Hey, nigga, what you in here for? Murder. What you in here for? Arson. What you in here for? Armed robbery. What you in here for? Well, nigga, have you had those pizza Pringles?
No, you know what you do? Like when they ask you, when they ask you what you did to be in there, all you have to do is say, bitch. It was like, oh, you might have to fight a nigga too. I see you, though. Like, I see you. And that's the end of the conversation right there. Bitch. Like, you don't have to actually say what you actually did. Like, everybody implicitly understands that.
So I had my mouth set.
Tell them you ate somebody.
Hey, I can say that.
With his own club and didn't run after he did it. Hell no.
I can say that. I ate somebody.
Name the movie.
House Party 2.
That's House Party 1, actually.
Damn it. I knew it was a house party. I've been drinking. And I'm sweating like a preacher. Nigga,
me too.
Langdale told responding officers that the victim accidentally shot himself while cleaning a hunting rifle.
Jason Williams, this thing?
That claim was not initially refuted by the victim since, whatever. The victim required emergency surgery after being rushed to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. But after he woke up, he told investigators Langdale shot him after warning him not to consume his motherfucking salt and vinegar potato chips. I told you, nigga, in the rankings of potato chips, it's like this. You gotta put barbecue number 1. Barbecue is always number 1, especially if it's Lay's. Ruffles, I don't know. But Lay's, definitely. Number 2.
Lay's are legit. Lay's are a legit barbecue chip.
Right? And if you can get the ghetto barbecue where it's just like the store-bought or else the Scutters, Laura Scudder barbecue chips.
It's the mesquite barbecue.
The mesquite ones. Right. Oh, those have you mesquite, skeeting all over the place. Number 3 is salt and vinegar. Number 4 is probably cheddar and sour cream. And then number 5 is sour cream and onion. Fight me now.
Nah, bro. I switch 4 and 5. Well, actually, no. I drop salt and vinegar to 5.
I'd drop it too.
But niggas are shooting niggas over salt and vinegar potato chips. Clearly,
Clearly, it was not about the chips. It was about this dude.
Principality.
This dude sounds like a habitual line stepper. Let's be honest. Like, because when it gets to the point that I have to warn you not to eat my chips, that's because you the type of motherfucker that's gonna actually eat my shit whether I tell you that or not. But you know what?
I bet he won't eat another chip.
Look. I think this was his third strike. I don't think this is like a one-time situation. I think it's a third strike. Like, we didn't have this conversation over and over again. Don't eat my motherfucking chips. If I gotta tell you again, then I'm gonna have to show you, and you're not gonna like how I gotta show you.
I'm gonna have to show you, nigga. I'm gonna have to kick your fucking ass.
He probably drunk his Kool-Aid before too.
Nah, you don't drink white people's Kool-Aid.
Oh, these white people. Okay,
yeah, you be able to tell because the ring will be all around the mouth and shit. I knew this one dude that just had ring around the collar around his mouth all the time. We knew what flavor he was drinking. We knew how much of it he was drinking. It was like always, we called that nigga red mouth. Like, his mouth was just always just, like, outside of his, it looked like the Joker putting on lipstick. Like, his whole mouth was just, like, red, and there was nothing he could do about it. It wasn't like he could wash his face and get the Kool-Aid off, and we kept asking him, motherfucker, we're okay with you drinking Kool-Aid, but how are you drinking it so sloppily that the stain is getting above your lips? Like, right underneath his nose.
Maybe he doesn't have much of lips.
But right underneath his nose, though?
I mean,
like, is the Kool-Aid splashing off your face and back into the cup and then into your mouth? Because that's nasty.
I mean, like, you know, like, white people don't have big lips for the most part. So it's like a lip line and then basically your nose.
Yeah,
so, like,
it's nowhere to go.
There ain't nowhere for the Kool-Aid to go. And, you know, he probably leaned back a little bit. So it might have actually went up his nose. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't got nowhere to go. there's no like lip dam to stop the Kool-Aid. You know what I'm saying? I hate myself right now.
A lip dam.
A lip dam. We'll be right back. This single simulcast. A fucking lip dam, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow. That's gold. Comedy gold.
Lip dam.
Hey, this is Sherazard, aka Shami, aka Random Ass from the Third Side, also known as Some Call Me Sunshine. As always, this is Single Simulcast.
What's up, everybody? This is Classic, CEO and co-founder of the CSPN network. And when I'm not working on the many podcasts on our network or just hanging out, I'm listening to Single Simulcast, and so should you.
I'm Kejon. I'm Kenny.
I'm Devin.
And this is
Single Simulcast.
Hi, I'm Fallon of FallonKitty.com, a critic and creator, and you're listening to Single Simulcast.
This is JV, and you're listening to Single Simulcast.
That was simply sensational. Single Simulcast shall surely surface speedily. Bitches.
Hey everybody, this is Gerald Jones from Buy Black Podcast, the voice of black business, where we interview black business owners to help you get to know them, to help them teach you a little something, and for all of us to do a little bit more to support black business owners and the black economy. You guys are listening to Single Simulcast with Shantae and Rashani, and I appreciate every minute I get to spend with these folks. I know y'all do too. Keep listening.
Hi, this is your man Jeremy from the Crown and Collars podcast, and you are listening to Single Simulcast with my man Rashani and Shantae Fabulous, your favorite podcaster's favorite podcaster. And I'm your favorite podcaster, so that should be your favorite podcaster, because I'm your fave, and your fave's fave. Check them out on Single Simulcast, and check out Crown and Collars, found wherever you can find great podcasts and the CSPN network.
Like makeup, interested in mental health, check out lithiumtolashes.com, where I talk about my own everyday struggles with mental health and beat my face from time to time. This is Single Simulcast.
Hello, this is Stephanie from the Mocha Minutes podcast. If you can hear my voice, that means you're tuning in to two of my faves, Rayshani and Shantae Fabulous of the Single Simulcast. Congrats! You made a really good choice today. You want to make another good choice? Check me out on the Mocha Minutes podcast. You won't be disappointed. If you're tuning in to the Single Simulcast, you're going to love the Mocha Minutes podcast too. You can find the Mocha Minutes podcast wherever you find your podcasts. We'd love to have you tune in. Okay. Bye.
Oh, yes. They're here. The Dream Team is here. Oh, yes. They're here. The Dream Team is here.
So, reason why you should never have kids, number 19.
Oh, there's only 19 reasons?
I've only started numbering them this last week.
Oh, okay.
When
yeah, that one really got me. Nice.
Oh God, that hit me like
okay.
like the Lucky Charms. I don't know why.
Oh my God.
So I'm crying, yo.
That might have been the perfect response.
Single Simulcast 3, 2, 1 contact. 3, 2, 1 contact. Contact. It's a focus. I don't know the words of that song either.
Were you singing Bedrock?
No. It was a song from like PBS, like it came on after the Electric
Never heard of
way
3,
before
2,
you
1
were
contact?
born. 3, 2, 1, contact. I hated that show, but I loved it because it was all about science.
The most recent iteration of the Electric Company is actually kind of jamming a little bit.
Oh yeah.
I ain't heard of that.
Me neither. Ain't nobody got time for that. Or do we? I mean, if y'all do, I'm okay with that too. But
it's very entertaining. I've seen, I've caught different episodes of the recent Electric Company, and it's entertaining. And I don't know if they still make it, but I know some of the kids that are on it have been on different shows and stuff. So
it be jamming. It don't jam as hard as Backyardigans though. Backyardigans got that smoke with the music. You know what I'm saying? Like this how you know when you got kids. Backyardigans got that smoke. I don't care what nobody say.
But Backyardigans was made by black people for black people, and they got appropriated by white people.
Of course, like one of the characters is named like Uniqua or something like that. Exactly. Like there was niggas involved. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's when you got a Uniqua.
Our backyard friend, the Backyardigans.
I'm partial to Teen Titans Go.
Me too.
That's where the songs are.
I like it, but originally I didn't like it because I was expecting it to be the regular Teen Titans. So it took a minute for it to grow on me.
Mm-hmm.
But then I liked it.
Shrimps in prime rib. I love it.
I don't know that.
Shrimps in prime rib.
I've seen a couple of videos of the Beast Boys songs, and that's pretty much it.
Oh man, you need to lower yourself down to seeing that, and then raise yourself up and see Craig. And
Big Mouth has good songs too.
Yes, it does.
I've not seen season 2 yet.
Whew, boy, you need to see that before Sunday. We talk.
For everyone who knows me, I'm a marching band fan, and last year. Jackson State actually played Catching Villains.
Oh wow!
Oh wow!
That's dope.
I feel like I should say, "Oh wow."
I won't be catching villains. I won't be catching villains. Beast Boy does have some jamming songs. He's got some jamming songs.
The Supreme Court on Sunday upheld a lower court order. Wow, I am a leader in. The Supreme Court on Tuesday upheld a lower court order requiring voters in North Dakota to present certain forms of identification and proof of their residential address in order to cast a ballot in next month's elections. A case challenging this requirement on behalf of the state's sizable Native American populations alleged that the requirement would disenfranchise tribal residents, many of whom lack the proper identification and do not have residential addresses on their identification cards. The Supreme Court's order will likely make it harder for Senator Heidi Heitkamp, considered the most vulnerable Democrat in the Senate, to retain her seat in November. Heitkamp won her seat by less than 3,000 votes in 2012 with strong backing from Native Americans, and she is the only statewide elected Democrat. North Dakota's Republicans began changing voting rules to make it harder to cast a ballot months after Heitkamp's victory 6 years ago. Republicans have claimed the changes to voter ID requirements are intended to stop voter fraud, even though in-person fraud is exceedingly rare. I just love how once you get in office, you can fuck over everything that got you in the office. Like, all of a sudden, you can start just changing the rules and make it easier to get some of your friends into the club once you're in the club.
No, the worst shit. Here's the worst shit. Like, when the election was happening, the Republicans was talking about this shit strong, like trying to stop people from voting and like there's voter fraud, blah blah blah, whatever. And then like he was like, "Hey, I won," and then it was like, "What about the voter fraud?" Because the way you made it seem like it was the other team that was doing this, but you won. And he was like, yeah, never mind. Really, nigga? Like, are you serious?
Yeah, because he said, right, the day before the election, if I don't get elected, it's all because of voter fraud. Burn this motherfucker down. And then he won, and he was like, never mind.
Well, the motherfucker's shady. That's really all it comes down to. Our political system is
whole thing.
Trash. Mm-hmm. It's trash. And it's trash, but I feel like people don't, it's like, there's a lot of people like insisting like, oh, vote, 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 vote. But they're paying like this type of disenfranchisement like absolute dust. Like they are not talking about motherfuckers who can't vote, who are being disenfranchised, gerrymandering, all the shit that these motherfuckers do is just like, you gotta go vote, you gotta go vote. It's just like, well, some motherfuckers can't vote. They getting purged off the rolls. Like the motherfucker in Atlanta or the person in Georgia got rid of like, was it like 300,000 or like whatever it was, a giant amount of people, and they can't even do anything about it. Like motherfuckers wasn't even gonna say anything.
Yeah, I can't vote.
You can't vote?
Nope.
You don't vote?
I can't.
Are you a felon?
No.
Are you an illegal immigrant?
Ever since I moved to Richmond, because I live on site of a business, they do not recognize my address as a valid address to register to vote.
Wow.
So, and I didn't have this issue in Newport News. I had it when I came to Richmond. In both of the places that I lived in Richmond, they both said the same thing. I got back the letter from the vote people, and it was like, nah, son, we need you to give us a different address. And I'm like, well, this is my address.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, it is.
This land is your land. This land is our land. I don't know the rest of the words of that one either. That's crazy.
I know that one.
You shouldn't. Because it's a lie. Louisiana isn't letting immigrants get married. Their state law just started that effectively makes it illegal for thousands of refugees to get married. It all started last year. Having lost the fight over gay marriage, the state's religious right decided that the sacred institution of wedlock was once again under attack. This time by devious immigrants.
Undocumented. What they need to focus on is their horrible ass education system.
Right. And Lil Wayne. Somebody keeps letting them make albums. Somebody stop this, man. Even though I heard the last Carter was okay. Ish.
It was a Wayne album.
Ish. It was a Wayne-ish album. Undocumented workers and even terrorists had newly discovered that they could exploit Louisiana's marriage laws to gain citizenship, legislators claimed, leading to a supposed epidemic of, quote, marriage fraud. Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, right.
Terrorists.
Our first lady did it.
Right? She's a terrorist. Have you seen her outfits? She killing the game. I'm scared to see what she's going to wear next. That makes her a terrorist. The response, make it more, that failed so hard. I'm kind of ashamed of myself, but I'm just pushing through it, but I keep talking about it because of, the tequila. The response, make it more difficult for immigrants to get married, of course. So, as of this year, any foreign-born person wanting to get married in Louisiana must produce both an unexpired visa, even though a federal court has ruled that marriage licenses cannot be denied based on immigration status, as well as somewhat inexplicably, a birth certificate. If you don't have a birth certificate, you can't get married. No excuses. But here's the problem. Louisiana is home to thousands of refugees, predominantly Vietnamese and Laotians, who received asylum in the 1970s and 1980s after fleeing war and communism in their homelands. Today, these Louisianans often have green cards and even U.S. citizenship, but they have no access to their original birth documents, if such documents even exist. Y'all can't get married because they're scared of terrorism. I just want to point that out.
Watch whiteness work.
Exactly. Let them in the house and they're going to steal all your silverware. White people.
They still have they have the worst education system in the country. Your focus is in the wrong place.
Worst education? Who are we talking about?
Lil Wayne.
Louisiana.
Oh.
Louisiana.
They have the worst? I thought it was...
It's really, really bad.
You thought it was Alabama, didn't you?
No, I thought it was Mississippi. Mississippi exists so Alabama isn't last.
Damn. That is true, though. Mississippi is pretty bunk.
So wait a minute. They passed up Louisiana? Let me look it up.
Mississippi's pretty horrible.
Yes, sir.
And they still make black folks step off the curb when they walking around a white person.
That happens in North Louisiana. That's where all of my family's from. It's still extremely racist there.
That shit is shitty. After an agonizing 9-month search, the body of Olivia Lone Bear was found on Tuesday in a pickup truck submerged in a lake right by her house on the Fort Berthold Reservation. The mother of 5 went missing in late October in Newtown, North Dakota. Her disappearance has sparked renewed attention to the disproportionately high rates of disappearance, rape, and murder of Native American women across the United States. These already alarming rates are particularly high in areas of oil extraction like North Dakota's Bakken Shale, which is the origin point for the Dakota Access Pipeline. Speaking with Olivia Lone Bear's brother Matthew, who spent the last 9 months searching for his sister, he said, as far as we were told by law enforcement, Williams County, they sent some divers in, and they sent some divers down, and then I got a text message saying they're hooking something up in the water. So then that's when I got there. But as far as getting a debriefing from the police department or anything like that, we still haven't gotten any word on exactly how everything went down. So, unfortunately, Native American women are being murdered at an alarming rate here in California, and no one cares. Also, Mississippi is dumber than Louisiana. That's important.
I told you, Mississippi exists so Alabama isn't last.
But Mississippi is 50 and Louisiana's 48, which leaves Alabama.
Yeah,
49.
West Virginia is 49.
I believe that one too.
Alabama's 46.
Wow. Alabama coming up, yo.
No, they're not.
It's that football money.
Mm-mm.
Put that back in the schools.
No, they won't.
You got to put the money back in the schools because that's where you're getting your players from.
Friday night's football game between Mansfield and Ashland in Ashland.
This actually shocks me, though, because I'll admit, guys, because of some of the people that we have coming out of my state that go for political office, I actually thought we were a lot dumber than apparently we are.
Apparently?
Yeah, Texans, I was pretty sure that it was pretty bad here, but apparently not. We have some dumbass people come out of here and run for office.
But the thing about Texas is it's so large that you can have a situation like how Virginia is with elections. The state itself is very red, except for Northern Virginia, the part that's closest to DC. They're just nah. So they vote, then we go blue because of them and them only. And it's kind of like that thing with Texas. You could think that where you are in Texas is dumb as a box of chewed rocks. But it may be something like West Texas is really holding it down for everybody. You know what I mean? Because Texas is so large. You could have
true.
different areas.
Opposite. It's true, but it's kind of the opposite because you're actually right about that because Houston, which is where I am, is actually very blue. It's the rest of our state that fucks it up.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like here in Oklahoma. I feel like Oklahoma County, because that's where Oklahoma City is, because that's where a large concentration of different types of people are. And you look at the county, and our county is blue, and then everything else around it is red.
Yep.
Yeah, they called us purple for a while until the last election. It was like, yeah, we're pretty much blue now.
Purple Wayne, Purple Wayne, yeah. So,
young black baby. Oh, I listened to that Wayne album. No. I tried. I really did. Like, I think I may have gotten about 5 songs in. There is one song, though. There's one song that I liked, and it's only because I liked the song that they sampled. Basically, you know, Swiss Beats is lazy as fuck. So basically, he sampled Special Delivery, and they just made another song. And the song, the beat isn't that different from Special Delivery, but like Swiss Beats, he's just fucking lazy.
Where the fuck is Ashland? Ah, boy.
So, since you mentioned that album, I give this confession, even though I can't particularly, because he said a lot of dumb shit. And I'm not trying to excuse it by the fact that I know that most of the time Lil Wayne is high, so maybe we shouldn't take everything he says seriously, even though he said some really messed up stuff. But I actually like the album, the whole thing.
No, I love Lil Wayne. Once I realized that his albums are comedy. Once I think of his albums as comedy, it's amazing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he becomes, once you think of him as a comedian, everything is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Like if you try to take him seriously, it's just going to be a letdown.
Exactly. It's like that song with him and Kendrick. That's kind of the reason that it was amazing, was because it really was like dude, these dude's stupid. Like, the voices and everything they do, that's why I like that song.
Man, listen. Why do we not speak of that like Renegade?
Yes.
Why do we not speak of that song like Renegade? Maybe because people don't care about Lil Wayne anymore. But like, that is a Renegade situation because Kendrick ate on that song.
Yeah.
So, in Ashland, bananas were put in the visitors' locker room before the Mansfield Tigers played the Ashland Arrows at the Ashland Community Stadium on Friday night.
Racist.
A move that some have called racist on social media, but only some. The rest of them were like, bananas.
It's potassium, nigga.
What do you do when the opposition leaves bananas in your locker room and wears a banana suit in the stands? Read the Friday night tweet from Tiger Football, the official Twitter of the Mansfield Senior High School football team. You win the game on and off the football field, to which I say, What do you do when the opposition leaves bananas in your locker room? Banana splits, nigga. La, 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 la. No. Okay, fine. Quote, great win tonight, Tigers. Oh, great win tonight, Tigers, and great job keeping your composure and showing maturity. A subsequent Tigers tweet reads, racism and hazing is not cool anymore, Ashland. It needs to be stopped and will not be tolerated unless we're doing it. Because I'm pretty sure the Ashland's in Texas, at which point everybody's racist, except for the black folks who don't have.
I looked up Ashland Community and Technical College. It's in Kentucky.
It's in Kentucky.
That's
even worse.
Right.
Where's Ashland Community Stadium at, though? Just make sure, because Kentucky, definitely. But here's the kill shot. Ashland High School athletic director and assistant principal. So remember, Ashland's the one who left the bananas. Their assistant principal, Jason Goings, issued a statement released on the high school's Twitter page on Saturday morning. What?
Oh, Ashland Community Stadium is in Ashland, Ohio.
Sounds about right. Apologizing to the Mansfield community, administration, coaches, parents, and most of all, the players. According to the statement, check this out. This is literally, if he thinks this is going to walk across the street without getting hit by a car, he's crazy. According to the statement, the Ashland cross country team has had, quote, Banana Fridays in preparation for their races the next day for upwards of 20 years. Any fruit that the cross country team doesn't eat, because see, they eat the bananas to get the potassium so then they don't cramp up. and any fruit that the cross-country team doesn't eat is left in the visitors' locker room, which the cross-country team uses during the week.
Word.
They tried it.
Quote, we leave the box of whatever is left in the locker room each week in hopes that the football team will eat them if they like, as to hopefully not waste them. I don't even know who the football team plays week to week. A statement attributed to the cross-country coach states. According to the statement, once administration members learned about the concerns related to the incident, they explained that it's just a tradition, with no malice intended, and administration members apologized to as many coaches as they could before Friday night's kickoff. Okay, fine. So there were bananas in the locker room. That's fine. We'll accept your apology. But who the fuck were those motherfuckers wearing the suits in the stands?
Right.
Exactamundo.
According to the statement, there was also an allegation that Ashland students were wearing blackface.
Oh gosh,
it's Ohio though. Like none of this. Like as soon as we say Ohio, like none of this stuff is surprising at all.
But Goings, who again is the athletic director and vice principal, says, "quote What we thought, what us white folks, because Ashland is a team of black kids. I don't know if y'all know that, but what we thought was a gesture of kindness was understandably not perceived as so," said Goings, a Mansfield senior graduate who worked in the school for 16 years as a teacher, coach, and administrator. According to the statement, there was also an allegation that Ashland students were wearing blackface, which Goings said wasn't true. He said the game's student theme was costume night, and students dressed in a variety of costumes, including various food items. So which one of y'all dressed up like burnt Salisbury steak? That's what I want to know. Like, for you to come in blackface, obviously, grapes?
No, they were the raisins, the dancing raisins.
Right.
Mm-mm.
We are rivals on the field of
So
play.
they came dressed up as Jermaine Jackson?
And told them don't take it personal. We are rivals on the field of play, and that is all Goings said in the statement. When Ashland plays Mansfield Senior, it's always a good game, and we win some and they win some. The statement highlighted the Tigers' performance in outstanding coaches.
You live to play another day.
Unless you have bananas in our locker room and got us in blackface, at which point we might go a little many. Who knows? Quote, I am deeply and emotionally tied to the students and facility of the Mansfield school system, and that this gesture by our they just going to keep putting it on the cross-country team. The football team has not been mentioned. By our cross-country team has been taken out of context. It hurts me on a personal level. I have family on the current senior high football team and want nothing but the best for all of them. There was no intent to send any message other than good sportsmanship.
Oh my God. Like something racist happens and you're the fucking victim. Like, shut up.
Hold on. Here it comes. If, niggas, if you monkeys, if the act was not perceived as such, we again apologize.
Clearly it wasn't. What do you mean if?
Mansfield Councilman at Large Don Bryant said he joined the Mansfield School District in requesting a full investigation into the incident, which he said was in total disrespect to the Tigers team. Quote, the behavior displayed against our boys and school district is unacceptable. Thank you to the Mansfield City School for initiating action on this issue. But, you know, if it was their school who was doing it, they wouldn't have given a fuck. Mansfield, Ohio, and Ashland, Ohio have a race war over bananas, and somebody needs to fess up to wearing a banana suit in the crowd and blackface. Now, on season 2 of The Punisher, authorities are appealing for any information regarding the murders because Law enforcement officials in Michigan's Macomb County have held a press conference to announce they believe a vigilante is targeting pedophiles and is on the loose, with reports that 3 local offenders have been found dead over the past week. It could have been coincidence. One got killed by a bullet. One got killed by a bullet. And the third one choked to death.
On a bullet?
Yikes.
Authorities say we urge whoever's committing these murders to stop immediately and turn themselves in, because that always works. That has literally never failed in the history of all of these police departments making this same ass plea out loud. I don't mean to sound like a jerk, but I'm just saying, if this worked, we would all be on the news saying to kidnappers, just bring them home. I'm pleading with you, just let them go. Oh, okay. That's all. All that she wanted was another baby. I don't know the words of that one either. See, it's a whole thing.
The murderer's gonna see it on TV and be like, you know what? I know that I really wanted to kill this bitch, but you know what? I really should. I'm just going to go ahead and go let her go. Because,
I think
the police urged me to. I should do that.
Let it go.
It looks like another love TKO. I can't even change the words. I like that song too much, but I don't know the words of that one either.
We were kind of out of sync, so I was going to sing the high part of the harmony, and then we just kind of didn't match up. So I was going to go TKO. Like, I was going to do that, and then it just didn't really.
Oh, man.
But you know the best part of that song? The best part of that song is when he just randomly just goes, let it go.
Right?
Like, that is like the best one. That is the best part of that song.
I think I better let it go. Let it go. The first victim.
Looks like another TKO.
A 52-year-old man charged with sex offenses against children as young as 5 was found dead earlier this week outside of a local fast food outlet in Warren. The murder was initially considered drug-related until a second pedophile was also found dead in similar incidents later in the week. They found that inside the drugs was a bullet.
That was drug-related. Why? Because they sprinkled some crack on them?
Right, that's what I thought. It was just like really like you just like it's of course like a guy got shot out in front of a fast food place. Oh, drug-related. Gotta be drugs, but it's drugs. Book 'em.
The latest murder in Mount Clemens, which has prompted authorities to raise concerns of a serial killer operating, was discovered last night at the victim's property.
But, okay, so like, okay, all of these people, are they convicted pedophiles or just suspected pedophiles? Because like we need a distinction here, because if they're convicted or like it's like they're registered sex offenders for doing things with children, like if you don't find anything, like I'm not inclined to care about your investigation.
They're probably not.
I think you better let it go.
What'd you say, Shante?
I said they're probably not inclined to care about the investigation. Like I think like there's a possibility that they have to, portray that they care and say like, hey, don't do this. But if this is like people who, not someone who was like 18 years old and got caught up with their 16-year-old girlfriend, kind of have to register for a sex offense kind of thing, and more like, an actual person like doing things to kids, then yeah, I could totally see somebody being like, yeah, we got to do something about this, and then snicker in the back like.
Yeah, but then you also have to think about it from this perspective, like it's the police. So, like, they're thinking about this from the terms of having to investigate these people, because at the end of the day, like, you're just killing random people. That's our job.
I'm just saying. This whole thing will be solved if they would stop selling heroin in the park with bullets in it.
Hey, now, you, pedophile, I mean, no, you don't kill that pedophile. Please stop. No, don't do that. No. Oh no, he's dying. Oh no.
Hey man,
I wonder what they're gonna do. Well, I'm just wondering I'm wondering how this person has access to these people, like knows where they are. Because it's one thing, because I was thinking like, okay, he rolled up on somebody's house, versus this person, like, it's like, well, damn, did you follow this person to the fast food place, or
he's posing as a little girl?
Might be, honestly, on like the internet or something like that, and they're saying, meet me at the fast food place.
It's going down.
Meet me at the candy shop.
It's going down. It's not funny because I mean it's murder, but at the same time, I don't know how much I care right now.
I can't find any fucks to give right now. Like I'm patting my pockets like
Nigga,
I'm out.
I posted this up and the homegirl Bianca was like, I think I'm gonna have chicken for dinner. And it turned into what we were all eating for dinner. Like nobody gave a fuck. And I don't know how to feel about that because I said I was having steak and now we're having pork chops.
This situation is kind of like that the video that I watched in high school where they're doing the thing on CPR, and the guy who is like he's like doing the CPR on the dummy because of course you can't do real CPR on a person because it'll hurt them.
Broken ribs.
Yeah. So like, and like the guy in the video would made it funny. Like you got a bunch of like high school kids and then you're showing them this video that's supposed to be serious. And the guy in the video is like, are you choking? Help. Call 911. Like, and like that's his acting. That is his acting through the whole thing. That's pretty much what the cops are doing right now. Are you killing? Help.
Please stop.
Stop killing. Oh, please call the police if you know any information about this guy killing pedophiles.
Turn yourself in, please.
Turn around. Every night we find another dead-ass body and it's a pedophile. Turn around. We don't really want you to come in. We just want to know how you got the list. Turn around, cause somebody snitching and we think that it's Carlos, but he won't really say a word. Carlos.
That's pretty much as far as you could take this.
Yeah. I mean, cause somebody else had to say turn around at that juncture. But at this,
I
honestly,
found the right snack.
Honestly, I'm just saying, like, if you do drugs, if the guy on the corner screaming out, I got that bullet, don't take the heroin. Like,
yeah, but like we've all seen The Wire and like they started naming stuff some weird stuff.
Nigga, they named it pandemic. I would not do a drug called pandemic.
I got that MDK, that murder, death, kill.
Right. I got what else they call it? I got pandemic, I got murder, death, kill. Somebody said I got atom bomb. I got I got murder. Like, come on now. Why do I want to try these things? Why do you want to remind me that it might kill me? Call it something like I got fluffy feelings. I want fluffy feelings. I'm going through some things right now. Fluffy feelings. So in good news, it's one of the most delicate and potentially combustible questions schools can face. A teenager confides in their teacher that they are transgender and want to transition at school without any family finding out about it. Should the school call the student's parents? And if it does, what happens if mom or dad say no? After years of school officials using their own best judgment, New Jersey has weighed in, siding with students and telling schools that they must allow kids to change genders, even if their parents don't know about it or don't want it to happen.
That is a potentially...
I have a problem with that.
Terrible situation.
Raymond?
I have a problem with that because of the fact that, unfortunately, kids are kids. Kids are cruel. So, although we are, of course, working towards and trying to make it more of a safe place for situations like that, that's not fully the case. So if this kid is going through problems because of the fact that they've made this decision and their parents have no clue about it, that's a problem. I don't think that's a good idea.
I can see that. Scar, what were you thinking?
Nah, basically the same reason. I'll be quiet.
Okay.
Awkward silence.
I have nothing else for it. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I think that honestly, it's an all around bad idea, and I can see where it's coming from. I feel like to a certain degree they're thinking that because you do have some kids whose parents may not necessarily support it, but okay, and here's where, Lord, okay, here's where I say some stuff that some people may or may not like, but shit. Had some drinks, and I'm just going to be honest about it. So, I do believe that for a lot of kids, sexuality, gender, and all of that, you can say for some, all of that stuff it's yes, people say, it's fluid and everything else like that. So, that being said, I just don't know that a school should take on the full responsibility of affirming someone. That's just to me seems like definitely something that should be done in the home. Not only that, but in some cases, there are some people that one day, I may think that this is where I am or who I am at this moment. But that could honestly be told something totally different within the next week or so, because kids are figuring themselves out. They're finding themselves. To automatically put this on myself and have to make this defining decision that this is what I want right then, and then my school is the ones responsible. Hell, they're barely able to adequately educate, let alone have to deal with something as complex as gender identity and sexuality and all this. It just really shouldn't be in the hands of the school system.
Shantae?
I think I could do. I think the lack of capability that's what it sounds like Ray is talking about.
Yeah.
Of the school. Yeah. Not that so much that something is wrong with the school in general, but it's just like they don't have the skills to handle it. And because they don't have the skills to handle it, they might be doing something that isn't necessarily that's going to be more harmful than helpful. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds. And I feel like that's a possibility. And that, I mean, saying it like that does seem like a possibility. And then at the same time, it's kind of just like it's. I guess if there's a safe place, even though of course kids are cruel, but if there's just a place where a child can walk in that place and feel like, when I walk in this place, I am myself. At that part of me is just like, well, then that's good on the school trying to establish that. Mm-hmm. Knowing that, acknowledging that there are kids who, when they leave that school, they cannot be themselves. They don't feel like they're themselves. They're at risk of being kicked out or abused or, whatever. And that they can come to this school and be safe. Because I do feel like there are people who come to school to be safe. That they feel safe in their school. Obviously, there's kids who don't. But at the same time, there are kids who go to, school is a reprieve from the things that they're dealing with outside of school. Mm-hmm. And if they're trying to extend that to transgender kids, then there's part of me that's just like, yes, that should be extended to them too.
I have nothing else.
Me neither.
Ray?
Anything? Oh yeah, I'm done.
Okay. feel like that, as always, Shantae killed it. As always.
Yep, it's dead.
Really? It's not dead. She just...
You said it like, what was I supposed to do? Like, I was in a situation and I didn't know what else to say. So I just said that. Like, what was I supposed to do?
Wow. You sound like you were like being held at gunpoint or something. Like I don't know. I didn't know what to do.
Stay in, Rudy. Stay in.
But yeah, obviously we can move on.
So, there's this website called Ranker, and Ranker is all about ranking shit. It's not rocket science. And their latest thing that they rank is the worst thing to get in your trick-or-treat bag. You know, because Halloween's coming up.
Oh, man, is this one of those posts where people just hate on fucking candy corn for no goddamn reason? Like there's anything wrong with fucking candy corn?
Candy corn is good.
Candy corn is fucking amazing, and if you don't think so, it's amazing in moderation. But if you don't think so, you're a fucking communist.
Wow. So it's you, Ray, and Jay who fuck with candy corn, because he was talking about candy corn on Twitter the other day, and he was very much, shout out to Jay, but he was very much focused on the possibility that people hate candy corn because they're not eating it at an optimum time. They're eating like old candy corn rather than fresh candy corn, and if they had fresh candy corn, they would realize that it's actually good.
Yeah, but like if you like candy corn, there's Brock's and then there's everything else. Like if you don't get that Brock's, like and like get the harvest mix. Like so get some pumpkins in there, get some Indian corn. I mean, I'm not sure if we're supposed to call it Indian corn, but that's what they call it. That's the, just the candy corn with the chocolate in it. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to get that mix, and you got to put some peanuts in it. This is like my thing for like the last couple of years. Someone said put some peanuts in your candy corn, and it makes a much better experience. But I mean, I was already about that life.
Cool. So you snacking.
That sounds fucking horrible.
Oh my god, it's so amazing! Like you have to try this.
No, I don't.
You have to try it. You have to.
I'd rather die.
I think if you hate candy corn, you hate yourself.
No, I don't hate candy corn. I just feel like that.
Who taught you to hate yourself?
Look in the mirror and hug yourself, nigga. I'm just saying, the thing you came up with just sounds like abuse. But no, the number one
for real, do that shit.
No,
if you ever have candy corn, make sure you get some peanuts. Go to the dollar store, get you some peanuts.
You know what?
I feel like what the recipe that Scar is trying to talk about is the whole salty and sweet thing that I think people fuck with in different instances. It's just that he's combined it with candy corn and peanuts, but I feel like other people eat other things and do sweet and salty together. So he's not far away from anything.
Like people from the South will put peanuts in their Cokes.
Yeah, he's not doing anything out of the ordinary. It's just
who does that?
So, oh man, lots of motherfuckers put peanuts in Cokes. It's I don't do the shit because Coke doesn't need a fucking peanut, but people do. Yeah, people do that shit.
On the road to riches and diamond rings, y'all niggas do fucked up things. The number one thing on the list, again, was not candy corn. Calm down, people. The number one thing on the list that will be the worst
orange and black
trick-or-treat bag is razor apples.
Razor
no
apples?
One's giving... Okay.
Nobody's doing that. Yo, I watched a TV show about that, though, where people thought that a kid had got poisoned by some pixie sticks. But it was actually the kid's father. The kid's father had put some kind of arsenic or some kind of powdered whatever in some pixie sticks, handed them out to a group of kids, like a group of his kids and one extra kid who was a friend. And it was basically like a fucking free-for-all. Let's see who gets the poison pixie stick. And it was like his son. And there was this whole oh no, somebody in the neighborhood's poisoning kids. But it was actually this kid's dad the whole time.
That sounds like some shit.
Flowers in the attic, ass nigga.
Right?
Yeah,
eat the cookie. Eat the cookie.
Number 2 is religious tracts or Jack Chick books. If y'all don't know what Jack Chick books are, they're the ones that literally are Here's why you're going to hell.
Mm.
Oh, you like music? Here's why you're going to hell. Number 3 is veggies.
Yes.
Wow.
Did you see that? Did you see that guy?
Fucking carrot.
Number 4 is toothbrush.
Yeah, that's whack.
No, going back to the veggies, did you see that guy who came up with the concept and sent it to Dole about making like miniature salads in small packages, like the candy packages?
I saw that. I will egg your house.
And Dole was like, you know that's using our logo and that's kind of illegal. Take that shit off right now.
Number 7 is raisins.
Indeed, I fucking hate raisins. That's the reason why I can't buy fucking trail mix, because I don't want to pick out all the raisins.
Number 8 is
raisins, but don't give me raisins when I came for candy.
Number 8 is circus peanuts.
Oh.
The ones that are wrapped in like the orange. I don't even know what the fuck that
is. Those orange kind of puff.
Yeah. Number 11
Oh,
is leftover Easter candy. Number 12 is licorice.
That's fucked up.
Eat these peeps. Eat these peeps, nigga. Eat these peeps.
Number 13 is pennies.
Oh.
Number 15 is nothing. Number 17 is wax lips.
Okay, wax lips are great when you're a kid. Like when you get to like maybe about 8, the wax lips kind of lose everything, including those little wax things that got like a smidge of juice in it. You know what I'm saying? Those little wax, it looks like soda bottles.
Oh, those, I remember those.
Yeah, and it just got a little bit of juice in it. It ain't even enough for you to like really feel it. Like you just kind of taste a little bit of flavor, but it's surrounded by the taste of wax. So it's kind of like, why the fuck did you give me this?
Number 20 is generic hard candy.
Oh,
me too.
Generic.
Number 21 is plastic spider rings.
I love plastic spider rings, but my hands are too big. I can only put them like to the first knuckle on my pinky.
Give me that shit.
Number 20.
Oh my god, this is terrible.
Number 23 is the Mary Jane peanut butter kisses, the ones that are just literally a hunk of peanut butter wrapped in those orange or black wrappers.
Yikes!
I like those.
I just want you to be happy that they haven't said candy corn yet. Number 24 is popcorn balls.
Yeah, those are bad.
I don't want a popcorn ball either.
Those are bad. Keep your homemade whatever knickknacks to yourself, buddy.
Yeah, now popcorn balls ain't so bad, but like, don't give me popcorn balls when I showed up for candy, like you said earlier. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I came here for candy, bro.
Don't break my teeth with a candy apple either. That should be on there.
And now we're getting there. Number 29 is trail mix. Number 30 is Necco wafers. Number 31 is Good and Plenty's. Number 32, ladies and gentlemen, Bibles.
See, why would you even no, you need here's some Jesus for go with your candy.
Number 38.
Yeah, don't give me a Gideon Bible at that.
Number 38 is banana Laffy Taffies.
Ew.
Number 41 is Zag Nuts. Number 42 is pretzels. Number 43 is Boston Baked Beans candy.
No,
those are good.
No, we can't do that. Like that can't be on this list. Boston Baked Beans.
We crossed the line for
right. Like that's all right. We can do Boston Baked Beans. Like I'm cool with the Boston Baked Beans. I'm cool with the peanut butter joints.
Scar's cocking the gun now.
What the fuck?
No, I'm only gonna shoot somebody if they eat mine.
Number 46 is candy corn. Number 47 is Big Hunk. Number 48, and this happened to me before, is hot chocolate packets.
I like some gum.
It's a hard nougat bar with peanuts in it.
Yuck.
Number 49, ladies and gentlemen, is the illustrious and infamous Double Bubble.
Oh, yeah, that's bad bubble gum. That is the worst.
Yes, it is.
But I will say this for Double Bubble. Is great for blowing bubbles. Not really that great to chew, but great for blowing bubbles.
Don't taste good either. It's the most disgusting brand.
It is.
It's
always hard. It's like how do you buy new gum and the gum tastes like it chews like it's years old. I hate that. I haven't had it for years, and I still remember how bad
it tastes like chalk.
No, it tastes like It tastes like immediately, like you're just like, oh, double bubble, and then the moment you eat it, it's like, what the fuck flavor is this?
Like bubble gum deserves better. Like it's awful.
Number 50 is Jawbreakers. Number 52 is Dots.
Jawbreakers, it depends on how large they are.
Number 56, and this should have been a lot higher in my opinion, Mounds.
Nigga, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't fucking
But
do that.
it's so low. I mean, this is like 50-something other candies are in front of it. So
don't do that, Mounds, man. Don't do
people, more people probably fuck with it.
I agreed with the placement of Dots, by the way, because it's like you chew them shits and
your teeth are coming out, right? Your teeth are gone. Number 58 is
I'm gonna
Lollipop.
tell you with Dots. I went to Walmart last week. I think it was Sunday. And we were standing there by the candy because that's where the freezer section starts. So we're standing there thinking about what we're gonna buy out of the freezer section. And this lady is searching around for something. And my girl tells me, is like, oh, she's really like looking hard for something. So we just kind of like, you all right? And she goes, well, I'm looking for the big box of Dots. Yeah. And we just kind of like, Dots?
Back away from her.
And she buys 4 of those because apparently she takes out the red ones and the green ones and she gives the rest to her kids.
Number 50.
But she bought 4.
Oh, speaking of Dots, they make them chewy now. They're just...
Yeah, they're like candy shell and then they're chewy in the middle.
No, they make them straight chewy.
Oh, then fuck those dudes.
They make them straight chewy now.
Number 59 is Mike and Ike's. Number 61 is Tootsie Roll
Those
Pops.
are gross.
No, neither of those should be on this list.
Number 62 is Lemonheads. Get mad, niggas.
See, now that's some bullshit.
Nope. Especially if they're the multi-flavored ones. Like,
yeah,
nigga, like I'm black, so motherfucking grape heads, nigga. Like, are you fucking serious? Why is this here?
Number 64 is Bottle Caps. Number 65
I love bottle caps.
Number 65 is Dark Chocolate.
True.
Number 66 is
That should be
Almond
much
Joy.
higher. That should be much higher.
Number 66 is Almond Joy.
Nigga, why are we doing this? Like, why is this on the list?
Why is black licorice not on this list?
It was like black licorice, honestly.
Well, he did mention
like
Good
12.
and Plenty's. Good and Plenty's already. Like, he said that already.
They
so,
said
like,
licorice at the beginning.
We're gonna say that, but like, why are Almond Joy and Mounds on even this high on this list? There's like a million candies. Like, why the fuck are we doing this?
Number 68 is Saltwater Taffy. Number 70 is the first wrong answer, which is Warheads. Number 71 is Tootsie Rolls. Right? Number 73, which in my opinion should have been number 1 or number 2, even above Razor Apples and drugs. Number 73 is Twizzlers. Now,
yeah, those are disgusting.
Yeah.
Now, the last one, which is the everybody was kung fu fighting answer, number 74 on this list is Butterfingers.
All right. Now it's time.
Scar is fed up.
Yeah,
okay.
We got to buy it.
Okay, I can understand why a lot of people don't like Almond Joy and Mounds. Like, there's some people, and I know quite a few people that don't really fuck with coconut. So, like, I'm cool with it being on the list. I don't think it should be on the list. But motherfucking Butterfingers, yo, why the fuck is this on this list?
You know what they did. You know what Butterfinger did to America.
Butterfinger.
This is some bullshit. I demand a motherfucking recount.
They will not.
This Scar's anger reminds me of when we went through the Pixar movie list.
Exactly.
Just pissed. Like,
I want to make a Butterfinger pie right now, nigga. Like, why are we doing this?
Real quick,
I feel like Florida had something to do with the voting here.
Real quick, just to really get in y'all's heads, the very best chocolate bars. Number 1 is Kit Kat.
Nigga, why?
Number 2 is Twix.
Nigga, why?
Number 3 is Snickers.
That should be number 1. That's the best fucking kid.
Number 4 is Hershey Bar.
Okay.
Number 5 is Milky Way. Number 6, niggas, is Nestle Crunch.
I love that.
Who eats Nestle Crunch other than like when you get?
I do.
When you get the little ones, when you actually go trick or treating,
when you go
do you actually go to the store and buy Nestle Crunch? Who the fuck buys Nestle Crunch? You just wait for Halloween. Like no one buys Nestle Crunches.
Me, I do. I love that candy bar. I've loved it since I was like 5 years old.
You about to tell me? You the type of motherfucker that buys zeros. It's like, how the fuck is zeros still around?
Number 7.
Like you like Butterfingers and everything else that I don't fuck with, and I just let you live. I like Nestle Crunch.
Number 7 is Butterfinger.
Like, really?
Number 8 is Toblerone. Number 9 is Three Musketeers. Number 10 is Hershey's Cookies and Cream.
I eat that too.
Number 13 is Reese's Stick.
Oh.
Number 15 is Almond Joy. Number 17 is 100 Grand. Well, number 16 is Baby Ruth.
Yeah, that's Baby Ruth is another one of those. Like I don't know anybody that actually like be like, I want a Baby Ruth right now. Like who the fuck says that?
I don't need that.
That's like the type of nigga that's like, I'm surprised because like the way that this list is structured, I'm surprised ain't somebody ain't say Payday by now, because like Payday is like that candy, like you only eat it because someone gave it to you for Halloween. Like you never never buys that shit.
No, because here's the funny thing. I hate peanuts, but I actually like Paydays.
But why would you do that without chocolate? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't like the chocolate covered Paydays, but I like the regular Paydays because of the salty and the sweet.
Yep, that's why I like it.
Number 20 is Heath Bars. Number 22 is Mr.
What
Good
does that even taste like?
Okay,
like
so
toffee.
let me tell you about Heath Bars. There are people who will tell you that the Heath Bar is their favorite candy.
Nisha.
But every time they go buy candy,
they buy Score.
They never buy a Heath Bar. They buy a fucking Snickers, because that's the real fucking answer here.
They living on nostalgia.
Number 22 is Mr. Good Bar. Number 23 is Crackle, which you can only get in those bags of little ass candy bars. I've never seen a full size Crackle in my life.
I never seen a full size Crackle. Like not even like the king size. I ain't never seen a regular ass Crackle.
It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
Number 24,
it is. It's just the fun size.
Number 24, which should have been number 7, is Caramellos. Number 25 is whatchamacallits. Number 27 is York Peppermint Patties. Number 29, Scar, is Mounds.
I actually like York Peppermint Patties. However, I agree with their placement on the list.
Me too.
I think it's a very acquired taste.
It is.
I like them, but like it's one of those things to where it's like I'll buy the pack of the like mini ones when I'm in like Dollar Tree, but I wouldn't actually buy a real peppermint patty. Like I would never buy peppermint patties outside of Dollar Tree.
Check this bullshit. Ghirardelli's chocolates are at number 35.
What?
Why would they be down that low? Those things are delightful.
Right? Turtles are number 37. Hershey's Symphony Milk Chocolate Almond Toffee is number 40, niggas. Oh my God. The Hershey's Symphony, those big bars that
I'll
come
fight
with
over a turtle.
Oh God, it's number 40. How they do that?
I think turtles should be top 10, bruh. Like even if it's number 10, I will be okay with that. Turtles are top 10, bruh.
Yep.
I'm just gonna keep going all the way down to see which one is gonna make Scar.
And now that you can buy turtles outside of like a kid's fucking fundraiser, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, before the only time you could get turtles is when you had to pay for that little tin with the turtles in it.
Mm-hmm.
But now that you can just buy them and they come in a pack and they look like candy bars, or you can buy them in the bag where you have the mini ones and you just get a lot of them in a lot of little turtles in that bag. You know what I mean? That should be top 10, bro. Like, why are we doing this to ourselves?
Because we can. Ray, go ahead and tell them where they can find you. Go ahead and do your shout outs. The floor is yours.
Oh shit! You cut me off guard. Yeah. So, wait, am I plugging the business, or what am I plugging?
Yes, you are.
Oh, okay. All right. So you can find me at the Jazzy Pup on Facebook, the Jazzy Pup on Instagram. Yeah, I do have an Instagram. I've also had wine. I have the Jazzy Pup on Instagram, the Jazzy Pup on Facebook, and the Jazzy Pup is a mobile grooming business. Yep, that's all.
Scar, go for it.
I am Scarfinger, and you can find me. I am a veteran podcaster. I currently do 3 weekly podcasts. The first of them being my own personal podcast, which is Scarcasm Live, which is hardly ever live, but Scarcasm was taken at the time because people can't spell sarcasm. And then I do the Facetious with my homeboy Blue.
Blue, you're my boy.
Records at 7 o'clock on Mondays on the YouTubes. And I am in a show with the homie Rashani and the homie Jay. We are the Dream Team, or the Dr. 3 AM team, however you want to word it. And we do a great show about basically 3 guys who basically, know each other well enough to push each other's buttons for 2 hours every week.
Actually, I like to say it's 3 guys who have known each other long enough to be completely honest.
And we know each other's limits, so we know how far we can take this.
Yeah, exactly.
With the exception of Scar Loves Cox.
Dude, you said it. It's not my fault that your cable company was literally Cox Communications. Get past it, bro.
I was joking.
Nobody said the title out loud, so that became the title of the show.
That's the thing for the people who don't listen to the Dream Team. If I say that something should be the title on the show, it will never be the title.
Yep, which is why the title he said earlier is not the title.
It was greatness, though. I can't remember what it was, but it was greatness.
Me neither. Shantae?
I also love Cox.
I'm a drink to that.
No, that is my cable company, but they're pretty cool.
Whatever.
Anyway, serious.
I miss Cox Communications because I have Comcast now and they suck.
They suck, but Cox doesn't.
Wow.
Cox Communications is great.
They are I don't have any complaints about Cox.
You don't have any complaints about your Cox?
Cox are awesome. But anyway, jokes. But anyway, thank you to everyone who continues to listen to the show and share the show and continues to rock with us and rock with the people that we have on our show. It was great to have Ray and Scar on. So yeah, just continue to listen to us. Thank you.
Oh, I forgot something.
Okay.
She said thank you, so I'm thinking that she's done.
I am done.
I forgot to plug my art. I am an artist. I don't feel like much of an artist, but now I'm starting to actually sell paintings, so I kind of feel like it now. But I do. I post my art to my own personal Instagram page, Scarfinger, and I have a YouTube page. But the best place to get just to see what I'm working on and get all of the information is the Facebook page, Peace Through Colors Arts and Crafts. Hashtag PTCAC.
PYT, pretty young thing.
We can't, the best sample of PYT is a Kanye song, so we gotta kind of chill out with PYT right now.
I don't want to.
It's kind of hot on these streets for PYT right now.
I don't want to talk about Kanye. I've been trying to avoid talking about Kanye because
we ain't got to talk about him. Fuck that nigga.
No, I want to talk about him, but I'm saying we got to kind of because of Kanye, we got to kind of chill on PYT.
I'm
right now.
I don't know. I feel like he's been diagnosed with bipolar disorder, and I feel like he's being taken advantage of, and he's saying dumbass shit. So it's like a juxtaposition of 2 different sides that are just like crashing right in the middle.
I think the
nigga grown.
But he's always been a grown ass 7-year-old.
He's a superhero. It's his superpower. Remember?
Like, the nigga been acting like this. Like, this is the thing, as far as with Kanye. Kanye is being the Kanye that he's always been. It's just that he's saying shit that we don't rock with anymore. Or whatever. He's saying shit that we just like, this doesn't make any sense. But he's always popped off. He's always kind of said shit in a way that was like, why are you saying this right now? Like, what are you doing? It's just that when he said certain shit, it made sense. You know, we agreed with it.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever. Or the beat was hot. So we didn't really catch everything that he said. Now he's saying things that are out of the way. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And it's just, no, this is who he is, regardless of any diagnosis or anything like that. Like, this is who he is.
He doesn't read to me as a person that...
Well, he already said he doesn't read.
He doesn't read to me as a person that forms his own thoughts very well, and it's clear whenever he's interviewed, he always clearly is reciting some soundbite or something that he's heard or if somebody else has said, because if he's pressed on it or asked any questions, he shuts up almost.
Yeah, he doesn't know. If you ask
he's
him a
never really
question,
formed his own thoughts.
If you ask him a follow-up question, he turns into Black Bush from the Chappelle Show. Oil? Yep. Who said oil?
The nigga tried to kill my father.
So that's it on Kanye. I just want to point out real quick that on August the 13th, 2017, Shantae and I, spurred forward by some of our listeners, put our first show out on Libsyn. And that show was Counteroffer, episode 256. If you want to go and bump it up now, it's okay. Go for it. But Counteroffer, which came out on August 13, 2017, got approximately 1 download. I like to point that out, just to see how far we've come since then. And thank all of our listeners for everything they're doing. In this month, which is not even halfway through, we're on the 12th, we have gotten 2,945 downloads on Libsyn.
That's dope. That's total or just a month?
That's the month. That's 12 days into the month of October.
You got like 5 times the amount of downloads I typically get in a month.
And I just want to thank everybody who shares the show, who listens to the show, who hits us up. I mean, we got people who are hitting us up on Twitter. We got people who hit us up on Facebook. We got people who just hit us up in the streets. What's up, Cam? And we thank y'all. We're grateful. We are.
People like y'all. That's great.
Right? We're sexy. It's mostly Shantae.
Ow, ow, ow.
But I'm starting to try and pull my weight a little bit too. But we deeply appreciate y'all, and we're excited to see what happens next. As always, thank you to Sherazar and Ricky and Sherelle and Angie and Corbin and Tally and Miss Angela and Auntie Francine and Nicole, Miss Nerdy Nikki, and Padawan. God.
Luke.
No, his name is Padawan. Quit that.
No, I was going to say the rest, and then I realized what I was about to say, and then I kind of backed off it.
Yeah, because you know, I know what you were going to say. I just call him Padawan and back away. That way there's no question about what were you going to say next? Nothing at all. Also want to say thank you to Bobby and to Corbin and to Dotstry. We appreciate y'all. Like, real talk.
You said Corbin twice, so I'm just going to take the second one as me.
It's not. And we used to say that it was you, but why lie? It's totally not.
Word. That's how you going to do me right now?
Well, I'm just being honest. It's not you.
I mean, but that is my name.
Don't wear it out.
I hate you.
I hate you too. I love you too, bro. So much right now.
I hate you so much right now.
No? Okay, fine. Just checking. This Single Simulcast, episode 321. We're greatly appreciative of each and every one of y'all. Thank you for your time. Y'all be good. We're out. Peace.
This is Single Simulcast.
Don't know by now that you slip.